Welcome to the Barak IT podcast. This week we're going to talk about passwords. You only need one password. I'll say that again. You only need one password. Now, some of you will be thinking that's bad advice. In the past, people may have had one password for Facebook, Gmail, LinkedIn, Outlook.com, their computer, at work, college, university, and so on. We do not encourage you to have one password everywhere. I'll say that again. We do not encourage you to have one password everywhere. At this stage, you'll be thinking, what are we talking about? Firstly, if you have an online account and your password was stolen from that website, then you're at risk of your account being logged into other websites. This is why we don't encourage you to have one password everywhere. In that case, you'd have to log into each of the websites that you have an account with to update your password. Often there's going to be a website that you forgot about that day or didn't get round to that month. Even worse is when you have online banking. You don't want to have the same account for online banking, for example. So how do we make your lives easier? We encourage you to have a system to manage your passwords. That could be a file, it could be a password database, it could be a diary, hopefully locked away in a filing cabinet. Whatever system that works for you to keep different passwords for different online accounts. Now you may say this adds extra work. In the short term, yes, but in the long term, no. At the start, you'll have to add information about each password, what website it's linked to, and what the user details are. Maybe even a bit more information so you can find a password for financial or email, just in case you forget which website is linked to a particular activity. In the long term, it means you're less likely required to change your password. This is also beneficial, for example, with your email that's linked on your phone, your computer, your tablet, and so on. If you change the password, you'll have to update it in multiple places. The only exception to this is when you decide to change the password yourself at the end of the year or every couple of years. Now, are there any benefits with password databases? The worst case scenario, if you hear about a cybersecurity threat with a website, then if the password's different to other websites, you can just change that one password. If you work in a team, it means that the passwords are not written down. The worst case scenario, you don't want them written on a post-it note. By securing your online accounts with passwords of 20 or more characters, now that's a combination of letters, numbers and symbols, you'll make it hard for people to get into your online accounts. And with a password database, you don't need to remember those complicated passwords. Only the one password to log into the password database. For that reason, we say you only need one good password. Now, if you decide that a password database is for you, we encourage you to have an extra copy of that database. So if it's a diary, then maybe 2 copies of that diary in 2 different locations that only you have access to. If it's in a file on your computer, then as long as it's in a secure place, but maybe on a second computer, or if it's online, then we suggest you have a copy of the passwords from time to time on your computer. But make sure that they're in a secure place. If you would like more information how to manage your passwords or some best practices, please contact the team using the links in the description. We also provided an application for you to manage your passwords below. And please subscribe to this channel for future videos from our team. Thanks for watching and have a great day.